Good evening, Broadway.com. My name is Eric, and I am the Phantom. I am not a... Hi, Broadway.com. It's Hugh Panaro, and I'm here to answer all of your questions. My biggest tip is get online, Google, Amazon, whatever, find yourself a copy of the Susan Kay novel. I believe it's called Phantom, The Untold Story of His Life. It's like my Bible. Whoops, I just hit my mic. It's like my Bible for the Phantom. It's got some really great backstory. It'll be a great addition to your research. Allie, it's funny, I don't think of playing the Phantom for so long. I initially played the Phantom in 1999, and I was only there for about 6 months, and I went to do a show called Martin Guerre. Big hit. No, big flop. But that was, so I was Phantom for 6 months, and then 3 years later, I came back to play the Phantom for, I think, about maybe 2 years. So that was probably the longest I played it, was about 2 years, and then I left to do another big hit show called Lestat. Remember that one? Vampires, Broadway, don't mix. No vampires on Broadway. This is a very good question. I like this because if I had the Phantom's lair underneath the Paris Opera House, I would go very Ian Schrager, chic, minimalist. Every time I go into like an Ian Schrager hotel, I feel like vampires live there. It's very stark and curtains just billowing through, very minimalistic furniture and really cool lighting. I think I'd get rid of the candles and the Yamaha organ. I think all of us Phantoms have lost a prosthetic lip or worse at times. One of my favorite times, though, I have to say, when Christine kissed me in the very last scene, and we pulled apart, and I realized as I'm staring at her that not only did my prosthetic lip fall off, but it had transferred onto her chin, so she kind of looked like a leech was getting her. It was pretty funny, and consummate professional that I am, I laughed. I've never walked onto the street with my Phantom face on, but I have walked out during the show into the alley, and it was funny. Just the other night, Kiefer Sutherland was out having a cigarette, and I hope I didn't scare the bejesus out of him, because I just kind of popped out, and I also changed into. It's kind of funny because I wanted to be comfortable, so I changed into my sneakers. So if you can picture, I had the Phantom face, a tuxedo, and sneakers, smoking with Kiefer. Allie, you hit my favorite subject in the world. Yes, I do have a pet. I have a Labradoodle, which is, as you probably know, half Labrador Retriever and half Standard Poodle. His name is Soot, and he is my furry child. He comes to work with me and has more friends than I do at work. People never come to visit me. They come to visit my dog. He's very popular. Popular! Mm-hmm. Jamie, I gotta tell you, love them, love them, love them. I will always love them. Alice Ripley, Emily Skinner. There are no two better people on the planet. I just ran into Emily on the street, and I watched her ask a star to prepare for this, and I love them so much, and they're so talented and gorgeous and funny and like sisters. And that whole cast of Sideshow, we were really bonded, and I think that will never ever go away, and I love them tremendously. I have to say, Singing with Carolee Carmello, that was pretty amazing, because I did Les Mis with Carolee on the first national tour, and we actually played Marius and Cosette a few times, and it was, gosh, a long time since I had sung with her, and I'd forgotten how gorgeous, exquisite Carolee is, and how she sounds, and just what comes out of every pore of her being. I think I think the cast, I think that's what I took away from Lestat more than anything. Drew Sarich and Jim Stanek and Al, everybody. It was just like, you know, a dream cast, and we were all very close. I think disaster brings you together closer. When I was 15 years old, I was playing the Artful Dodger in Oliver, and I thought I was pretty good. You know, 15, good little Cockney accent going on. Sang okay for 15. And I remember opening night, I was being driven home by my mom in the car, and my mom was driving, and she said, you know that scene in Act 2 where you and Nancy and Fagin are bent over the fireplace? I said, yeah. She said, well, in those striped pants, your ass took up the whole stage. And I was like, wow. And she said, if you're going to be an actor, she said, you better lose some weight, or you could gain a little bit more weight and decide to be a character actor. The choice is yours. Tough love. The next day, I started jogging. I think I started at like 5 miles a day, and I limited my calories to about 1,000 calories. I remember I lived off of weird things like light line cheese and oyster crackers and horseradish. Don't do it. Not a good way to lose weight. Like which one I'd rather do? I think I'd rather play the Phantom. Jeans! I hate getting dressed up. I hate getting dressed up. Champagne, definitely. You know what? I have to say, vampires, even though I was in a show about vampires that did not do well on Broadway, I think vampires are cool. And when you're on a theater schedule, you're up really late, you sleep all day. I'm a vampire. Well, I haven't been to Paris in the summer, and I have been in New York in the summer when things don't smell really good. So I'm gonna go with Paris. There is a song, and you're gonna all roll your eyes, but if I had to say that if there was one reason that I am in the business, it's because when it was probably Annie, because I saw Annie. I went to see Andrew McArdle, Neighborhood Girl, when I was 12 years old. Even though I think I've listed Tomorrow as another sentimental favorite. I think the very first show tune I ever really sang was, betcha she reads, betcha she sews, maybe she's made me a closet of clothes. Betcha they're strict, as straight as a line, don't really care as long as they're mine. Maybe, yeah. Thank you guys so much for your questions. They're really good and really smart. I appreciate them, and I hope I was able to answer them to your liking. If you haven't seen Phantom in a while, come on down to the Majestic Theater. We're like Denny's, we're always open. Come see us, okay? Come see Phantom. It's really scary and really mysterious. Ooh, you'll love it, boys and girls. Oh.